Residential Report Writing and Case Studies. Chapter 4, the Uniform Residential Appraisal Report, page 31. URAR. Page 2, Reconciliation section. Shows in the picture the reconciliation part of page 2, talking about indicated value by the sales comparison approach, cost approach if developed, income approach if developed. This appraisal is made as is or subject to the following repairs based on a complete visual inspection of the interior. This is not a basic appraisal principles or basic appraisal procedures course and is not intended to provide instruction on how to develop the 3 approaches to value. There are individual courses in which you have received or will receive the appropriate level of instruction on valuation procedures. The next to last step in the overall appraisal process is to summarize and reconcile the different approach indicators of value into a final opinion of value for the subject. You will have to summarize the support for your conclusions upon which you based your final opinion of value for the subject property. If you write the final reconciliation clearly and correctly, the client will be able to understand how and why you will arrive at your final opinion, value opinion. Is the subject property appraised in as-is condition, or is the appraisal subject to completion per plans and specifications based on the hypothetical condition that construction of the home has been completed? Or is the appraisal subject to repairs or alterations based on the hypothetical condition that the repairs have been completed? Are there any required inspections to be accomplished by professionals? If so, is the appraisal based on an extraordinary assumption that the particular condition that triggered the inspection does not require repair? In other words, under what conditions did you arrive at that final opinion of value as of a given date? Was there more than one approach to value developed? If so, how were these approaches weighted in arriving at a final value opinion? End of page. Page 32, URAR, page 3. Page 3 of the URAR form can be used, if necessary, to satisfy the specific requirements of the assignment. There is ample space at the top of this page for additional comments or explanations relevant to the appraisal and/or valuation process, or for additional certification statements. On the bottom half of this page, you will also find space allotted for reporting the cost approach and income approach, if either of these approaches would be required for the valuation process. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac do not require the appraiser to develop the cost and income approaches for single-family property appraisals. However, the appraiser may still have to complete the additional approaches if the client requires them. Some lenders/clients require the cost approach to be completed on all appraisals, whether it is relevant to the valuation of the property or not. If one or more of the approaches is not, that's highlighted, developed, the appraiser must be aware that USPAP requirements have to be considered, and a statement must be inserted into the report explaining the reason for exclusion of the approaches. On page 3, there is also a section reserved for PUD, project information, if applicable. End of page.